Well, hey, here I am making a video. Hello to anyone who is actually watching at this point. So everything to the last second because I'm doing something with crushed ice. Can't really crush ice in here because I worry what would happen if I did it on that table. But, ooh, Tropical Twilight. I just come up with a name for the cocktail I'm making. It's an original creation. Alright, let's do this. Got to do the makey part first. Okay. No, I'm going to leave that for now. Fuck, forgot the lime juice. Alright. God damn it. Back in a sec with lime juice. Alrighty, got my lime juice. Got my lime juice. Okay. Try and do this. Oh. Okay. Falernum and lime juice. Keeping this simple. I did open that? Didn't think I'd opened that. Okay. Ready to go. Let's do this and this. How's that? Right. Glug glug. Just a little. Alright, who's entered the chat? Heine, how you doing? Quickly making a slightly complicated cocktail. Right, now my special pretty glass. And we've got to put the crushed ice in. This usually involves a mess. See how we go. Okay, It's not too bad. Fuck me sideways. That was almost a disaster. Okay, let's put a lid on that. Okay, let's start this. Quite happy with how that looks. Hey Strictly Sega, be back in a sec. Alright. Whoops. Got that backwards. Alright. Funky drink to start the night. Right, give me 5 minutes to do the talky bit. 5 or 10. See how we go. Switch that on. Is that going good? Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay, that is slightly crooked. So let us... Wait, has that made it worse or better? I'm so bad with... I think that made it better. Okay, cool. Right. G'day cocktail lovers. This is an original creation I call a tropical twilight. It's inspired by a few drinks I saw, but I've come together with some of my own ingredients. Looks a bit like a rum and coke, but it's not, and it tastes... Oh, so rummy, so much rummy goodness in here. Okay, this is not an overly complicated cocktail, but there's a few components that come together in it. It's more or less starts its life very much like a daiquiri, but then there's some unique elements that give it a bit of a twist. I'll show you how I made it. To start off in a shaker, putting 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of a light rum, then 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of Velvet Palermo, and then half an ounce or 15 mils of lime juice. Add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for 10 to 15 seconds to get all those elements integrated and chilled. And then I'm going to strain it into a double rocks glass that's filled with crushed ice. Just to make sure the glass is nicely filled, I'm then topping it up with a bit more crushed ice. And then comes the twilight part, a dark rum liqueur I've made at home. We just pour that over the top. That's about an ounce of that liqueur I'm pouring over the top, and you see night falls over our cocktail. Can make it look a bit pretty with a, we can make it look a bit pretty with a dried lime. We can make it look a bit pretty with a dried lime wheel for garnish, and then drop in a straw. Now that rum liqueur I made is actually really easy to make, and it's genuinely one of the best things I've ever made. There will be a video at the end that will be linking to showing how I made it. In simple terms, it's this brown sugar syrup that I'm so fond of that's built around apples and sugar, and then literally just rums added to it. It's that simple. The brown sugar syrup with rums added to it. But there will be a link at the end showing you how to do it. But I do really like how it starts off light, and it's a little bit of a show when you pour something darker over the top and it just works its way through. I think it tastes better when it's blended all the way through. This is, I think it's a good halfway thing. The rum liqueur is giving some of those cinnamon flavors, as is the Velvet Falernum. So it's got that base that's very much the summer classic, the daiquiri. And there is a lot of ice in here. Mind you, it's pretty gosh darned warm today where I am. Although I'm weird, I'd probably drink this in the middle of winter as well, as I know a lot of my Northern Hemisphere friends are facing very cold weather and quite a lot of snow. But we've been getting bordering on heat wave conditions here, so that's weird, you know, a globe where not everything's the same. Weird, I know, but I tell you, this is something that's worth having a go at wherever you are in the world. And yeah, definitely check out the linked video to look at how easy it is to make just a super tasty rum liqueur, or use whatever spirit you like in it, really. And check it out, and I hope to see you again soon. Until such time as I do see you, I will say cheers. I need to take a picture. What an idiot. I forgot my thumbnail picture. Come on over here, light. Come on, feel the noise. I thought for one horrible second I hadn't recorded that. Oh, I don't know what put that thought in my head, but I panicked for just a second. Actually, possibly even put my skull in there as well. Alright, that's enough of that shenanigans. Move some things out of the way. Sit down and enjoy this drunk. And bring my chair over. Oh, scheiße. There we go. Settling down, settling down. Settling down. Yeah, it is too squawking hot right now, quite honestly. Oh, where'd I put my drink? My drink is so good. I got so much shit in the way here. Where's my drink? Still over there being photogenic. I swear to God, that rum liqueur I make is so good. It's like, definitely, and just that sugar syrup itself. It's one of the best things I've ever made. And that's just got all the cooking spice flavors. Cinnamon, nutmeg, star anise, cloves. Oh, just got this, and the dark sugar. Just got all these, oh. It's tropical, but the sultry side of the tropics. Oh, man, that, like, I literally made this up in my head tonight. I had one I was going to make that said to put dark rum on the top, and I was like, you know what I should do? I should do my rum liqueur, not rum, and the one I was looking at was actually a tequila base, and I thought, no, I'm just going rum all the way, although honestly it would probably be good with tequila too, but I just decided to go rum all the way. Velvet Falernum is a rum liqueur. God damn, that's tasty as hell. Oof, now I've also got to decide if I was going to make a short video as well. Oh, dude, God, you've been out working on the construction site again? God, it's just not letting up in Western Australia. We were warm today, but holy shit, Perth's not letting up. You've just been getting the summer from hell. We've had some warm days, but like not much over 30. Yesterday and today are around 30 or maybe a bit higher, depending where you were. But holy shit, you've just been getting the furnace in WA. And just for such an extended period too. It's like, god damn. That drink fucking kicks ass. I wouldn't want to drink a lot of it because it's quite sweet, but goddamn, it fucking kicks ass. Oh god, you're going up and down 40 meters. Jesus. God damn, dude. As the old song goes, he works hard for the money. Oh god, and the stairs were heating up enough that you could feel them through the boots. God damn. Jesus, construction work's so fucking brutal. Oh. I think people underestimate just how full on it is to work on a construction site. Says the guy who's never worked on a construction site. A lot of my family have, though. My two oldest brothers and brother-in-law all worked as brickies labourers, basically. Oh, I should have put some. I just love doing orange peel as a garnish. Ooh, this one's probably past its best. I might get a bit of flavour if I put some orange peel in there. Yeah, I think I need to get a new orange tomorrow. This one's past its best. How's that? Oh, now, see, I should have done that all along. A little waft of orange on there is really nice. What's that? You didn't realise everyday games. Oh shit, safety. Yes. Oh no. That's there are way too many accidents and fatalities on building sites as well. And that's not a diss on the builders at all. That's just how fucking dangerous it is. And particularly some employers, some big construction companies are a-holes who push the workers too far. Putting your 2 weeks in? Oh yeah. It's all eyes on the prize stuff. Safra, I'm glad that you're glad I have a drink in my hand. It's a frickin' nice drink too. That's really good. There you go. I don't have the sweet and sour drinks that often, but it's nice to have them occasionally. Are you watching the tennis and seeing the sunset? I'm inside because it's fucking hot out. Again, although it's gonna piss down rain tomorrow, I think. But yeah, temperature drop for the rest of the week, I think. It was only yesterday and today were like 29, 30. What else? Okay. Exciting topic of conversation, the weather. 24, 21, 22, 25, 29, 29, 33. So a few days noticeably cooler, possibly pissing down rain, and then it's going to warm up again. Oh no! Biggest hazard is using the toilets. Oh no! Construction site toilets. What a scary fucking thought. Yesterday, very quiet. Today, busier. So you can say you and Soph. Oh, the food truck's nice. Oh, Korean hot dog, then a brisket. I haven't been to a good food truck park in ages. Where I used to live in East St Kilda, there was a food truck thing every weekend. There's Hank Marvin Markets. It's moved. I forget where it is now, but it moved. Actually, I'm on the fucking internet. I could just look it up. Where's Hank Marvin Markets now? Or is it even still a thing? Let's look it up. Oh god, his Nick's gonna tempt me again. Below cost. Another. Oh shit, that's real. An Irish single malt for $60 instead of $100. I don't need it. I don't fucking need it. Okay, I bought some stuff that is actually a genuinely good sale, and I don't need it. Be strong. Okay. Hank. I was just gonna look up Hank Marvin Market. It's in Brighton now? Wait. Is it in the primary school? I look on their Facebook page. What's their Facebook page say? Oh, I don't think they've updated their Facebook since COVID, since 2020. Yeah. Now I don't know if they actually exist. What's this? I don't think they exist anymore. Alright. Well, that, I think, answers that. The one food truck thing I liked doesn't exist anymore. Ooh, Laverton Markets used to have good food. Okay. No, I'm not driving to Hoppers Crossing. That is a long fucking drive just to get to Hoppers Crossing. No. Strixie, you have the musos there as well. Yep. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna zip in and zip out instead of eating there because how hot it's been. Yeah. Oh yeah, because yeah, you're both in Perth. Yeah. Tell you, my favourite food truck in Melbourne is Burn City Smokers. They have their own smokers. They do like the American style brisket and other meats, and they just slow cook them in their smokers. Number one meat eating experience of my life. a brisket burger from Burn City Smokers. Yes, when I first moved to Melbourne, I lived in Footscray, then Sunshine. So I lived in the western suburbs for 10 years? Maybe not 10 years, 5 to 8 years. I lived in the western suburbs for a while. My original home in Melbourne, the western suburbs. Yes, I lived in the high-class non-commission areas of the western suburbs. But actually, now I want to look up Burn City Smokers, see if they're still around, if they're doing Burn City Smokers. Burn City Smokers. Yeah, you can actually hire them, or you can get some pre-made stuff delivered. Catering. Oh god, I'm actually salivating. I'm just on their webpage and they're talking about delivering, and I'm fucking salivating. Because they often do pop-ups. There was a couple of times when I was working in the city, Burn City had a pop-up at a place in the city. Fucking awesome. Oh, okay, so they have a restaurant, local eatery. Laid back place where people can enjoy barbecue anytime. Kingsville. I feel like that's a long way away from me. How far away is that? Yeah, that's a long fucking way. That's the other side of the city. All right, so that's like Yarraville, Altona. Okay. That's Kingsville. Okay, I didn't know that was Kingsville. That's like, I used to live in Yarraville too. It's like behind Science Works. So that's a half-hour drive. Holy shit, now that's got into my head. God, I might even do it on the weekend. Dang. That's in my head now. I might do that. Yes. Raise. Graph slang for Melbourne. Yeah. And these guys, maybe that's, you know, what they grew up with, because their business has been around for 10 years, more than 10 years. And also, yes, Science Works fucking rocks. Oh. But, Shrikasega, my guess is yes. I mean, brisket is brisket. It's a cut of meat. So I'm thinking African and American are going to be prepared differently, probably different spices and whatnot. That would be my guess. Could probably go over to Footscray and find out. There's a lot of African food in Footscray these days. Went to Science Works with the young'uns a few times when they were young'uns. There's always a pretty good time at Science Works, quite honestly. Okay, I'm doing a little coin toss of whether or not to make another video tonight, because I'm like so far ahead with scheduled videos. I maybe shouldn't worry about it. I was just going to do a quick one. Do a division bell. What would I have to get out to do a division bell? That is mezcal, aperol, maraschino, and lime juice. I got my lime juice out thinking I'll make a couple of things with lime juice. Yeah. Yes, currently I could be sick for 4 weeks without missing my schedule or have something that take me up with 4 weeks. Well, they're very different. Like, see, like the aquarium. The aquarium's awesome. I love the aquarium. But ScienceWorks is just totally different. Honestly, okay, I think that this would probably vary day to day which I'd choose. But if I could only go to one now, it would probably be the aquarium. I just kind of like the aquarium. All right. Razor's convinced me to plan ahead. Because this will be quick. This will only take, I don't know, 5 minutes tops. And then I'll have another drink at Vision Bell. Alrighty. Let's get this happening. Got a few things happening. 2 or 3 months. I would. Oh, holy cow, dude! What a killer idea! Get myself 2 or 3 months ahead with the short videos, then dedicate a couple of months to do something like a doco. Yeah, no, yeah, you and me at the same time. Like it's like you just dropped it there and went, that is actually a cool idea. Dude, that is a great idea. All right, I might actually set that as a goal. Get months ahead and then just dedicate time to doing something significant. Okay, so going to put the falernum back and get the aperitivo and maraschino. Aperitivo and maraschino. Alright. Then close the mysterious cupboard of mystery. Put the white rum back. Get the mezcal. Alright. And lime juice, and we're ready to rock and roll. Okay. Still got a little bit of crushed ice, that's okay. I'll just leave it. Nick and Nora for the division bell. Put some ice in the glass so it starts to chill. Right. Right. This. Okay. We're getting ready. You think that was the sunstroke that made that come out? Okay, so what's this? Make a deal. Film a documentary. Start filming for your channel. Okay. See what I do. Okay. It will take me. It'll take me 2 to 4 weeks to get that far ahead. So 2 to 4 weeks to think of what to do. Right. Mezcal, maraschino. about right. And we're ready to rock and roll. Alright, turn this on. Okay. And we're off to the races. No, wait, that fucked up and did something stupid. Hang on, does that? Okay, that's working. Ooh, oh god, a decent amount of that. Missed the glass. Half an ounce of maraschino. Three-quarters of an ounce of lime juice. Okay, man, there is a bit of mess on my bar to clean up in the morning. Usually clean it up in the morning. Okay, so that's shaking. That's interesting. 2 shaken cocktails tonight. Didn't even plan that. Been doing a lot of stirred cocktails lately. Oh, look at the smoke from the mezcal. Ooh, nice wash line. Okay, and there. That on there. It's a nice manly pink colour. Gotta love that. We'll switch this off. Okay. Remember to do my publicity photo. All right. Hit the wrong button. That's okay. Let's move our light over here. A bit more light on the audio recorder. All right, that's happening. Okay. G'day cocktail lovers, this is a modern classic known as the Division Bell. It's in the same family as Paper Plane and goodness knows how many other variations. This one is quite unique. As this mix of smoky, lightly bitter, tart and sweet just comes together and balances really well. Here's how we make it. In a shaker, we're putting 1 ounce or 30 mils of mezcal, then 3/4 of an ounce, around 22.5 mils. Try that again. Then 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 mils of a bittersweet red aperitivo like Aperol. Then we're adding 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of maraschino liqueur. And finally, 3/4 of an ounce, around 22.5 mils of lime juice. Add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for 10 or 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. And then I've strained that into a chilled Nick and Nora glass. I love this style of drink, a little bit of everything, quite well balanced, and it feels quite sophisticated. Give it a go. The Division Bell. Cheers. All right. That's tonight. All right, I gotta switch these things off. Now I'm just gonna sit down. Sit down, laddie. Ugh, I'm gonna put this in the middle of the bar. Still crushed ice in it, it's gonna melt. The bag will absorb a lot of it. I just don't want it to drip on the floor. I don't want to come in here tomorrow and slip, fall over. All right, time to set down. All right, all right, all right. Whew. Oh yeah, videos like both locally and on your trip. That'd be cool. And you got some aerial footage from drone. Ooh, man, that's all sounding good. That's sounding excellent. All right, well, thank you for the inspiration. I'm going to try and get way ahead and then put some serious thought and time and effort into something to see if I can milk some contacts. I can think of, I'd like to do stuff about distilleries and distillers, and I can think of two of the distillers here in Melbourne that I have an in. Blake at Patient Wolf and Ben at Brogan's Way, and just say to them like, I want to do a little doco, you know, put a bit of effort into it. See if I can talk them into it. Yeah, I mean, because whenever I've talked to the independent distillers, they're just really interesting people and they're really passionate about what they're doing. You meant to say inside the cat joint. Cats be like that. Oh dear. I obviously have to talk to Kirsten. Kirsten, the woman with all the contacts. And oh, hell knows. You know, if we're doing this over a couple of months, maybe I'll travel and go to a couple places. Oh, I should talk. Also, the two I was thinking of were gin distilleries. I should talk to the Bakery Hill whiskey distillery. They've just moved to Melbourne, and I invested in their move. They did a crowdfunding thing. Okay, I've actually got friggin' mess everywhere. I'm just going to go get a cloth. Ugh. Oh my god, I went out to get a cloth, but all I did was wash my hands because my hands were sticky. God damn it. I'm going to get a cloth. Actually, you know what? I'm also going to take the friggin' bag with the crushed ice out so there's less mess here. Ugh. Alright. Well, I suppose I could even do the old reach out to the Melbourne YouTubers and say, does anyone want to work on this project? It would be a passion project with zero budget. But, you know, could be something. I'll go from a distillery documentary, travel with Angozi. Yes. Oh my God. What a life that'd be. But I do like the idea of just talking to some distillers and getting their story and just feeling their passion for what they do. Yeah, well, my joke was always, you know, or dipping out of the agro politics stuff and just doing the cocktail stuff for fun. The goal was fairly simple. Get enough notice that I get free shit. You know, it's my noble aspiration. Get free shit. But yeah, I could definitely go back out to the Melbourne YouTubers and say, look, does anyone actually want to work on a project? Maybe it would get in film festivals, documentary film festivals. I don't know. Does Webfest still happen? Is it one of the 100 things that got killed by COVID? I'm gonna look. Melbourne Webfest. Okay. 2023. To view this year's projects, go to this thing. Access the bundle for $5. Ooh, they do podcasts. Official selection. So no, okay, so they did do a 2023 Webfest. I entered a pitching competition in Webfest in the past and got to the final. I was actually pitching the AIDSy story, Code Grey. Oh, nice. Knocked out 2 Blu-rays. Wolves Within and Body of Lies. Body of Lies sounds familiar. Ah, Greg. Okay. First compadre. God, maybe we don't need anyone else. Yeah, indie film festivals. All right, Greg. So it's a project. I don't know if you missed the first part. Ray's just randomly came up with his good idea when I said I was like 4 weeks ahead with my scheduled videos for cocktails. And he said, get way ahead and then dedicate 2 or 3 months to doing a doco. And I was like, and then we both went, that is actually a good idea. So that's the idea. So I don't know, we might even set up a Discord chat for this, because I would legit be getting Kirsten just for her contacts, and just because she knows people, so she knows who are nice people and who are smart and interesting people. Speaking of distillers, look, I got this. This was on sale today, like $80 for a single Australian single malt. And I already have one of the. God, this better not be the same one. Actually, I'm just going to quickly check and make sure. Is this the same or different to my other 20? Well, it's a different label. 23rd Street Distillery, Adelaide. 46% batch 1. 46%. They're both just called Australian single malt whiskey. Very different labels though. Well, I'm clearly going to have to... Actually, let's just hold them up to the light. Are they different colour-wise? They are. They're different colour-wise. Alright, I'm going to have to taste them side by side. See if they're particularly different. Get myself some fancy tasting glasses. Alright, put that there. Ooh, okay, you know what? I'll come right up to the microphone because we only get the glug 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 at the start. Love that sound. And the other 23rd Street Distillery whiskey. Put that in there. Yeah, they're definitely noticeably different colours. That's, Body of Lies, war movie with Russell Crowe. Thought it sounded familiar. Oh, you've been listening. Cool. Heine, man, we can always just catch up. Ooh, Mordialec Food and Wine Festival. Nice. So, need a camera, audio, filter, sort. Yeah. Yeah, well, Heine, we'll definitely catch up and talk about it. Get Greg in. God, actually, I don't think I need to go anywhere. Go to anyone. I mean, I can edit. I'm actually pretty good at it. I'm not super good at it. Maybe we could get a super good editor. Ooh. Oh, that's really rich aromas on that one. Gotta love that. Did I say hi, Justin? By the way, I did see you come in. Hi, Justin. Man, that's almost peach. There's a really, almost strawberries. There's a really sweet fruit aroma on this. It's like caramel and peaches. I'm getting better at being a wanker with whiskey, honestly. Actually, aroma-wise, very similar. Yep, I'm going with very similar aroma-wise. Ooh, ooh, that's good. That's got a little bit of pepper spice, and oh, that's just like chocolate. It doesn't taste fruity at all. It's like chocolate and caramel. The caramel comes through though. That's what the wine people do, Rays. Swirl it and throw it across the room. Trump's going to win everything, Justin. It is basically inevitable Trump gets the Republican nomination unless a legal challenge stops him. Like Iowa has to have smacked the Republican Party in the face, and they need to say, did you see how the Democrats beat Bernie Sanders when he had this massive populist swell? You just cut it down to just having one person against him. So then people are literally voting for Trump or anyone else. That's why Biden won, because the overall election was Trump or anyone else, and Biden was anyone else. Oh, is that the Scottish guy? I feel like I've seen that. There's this Scottish guy, and he's fucking hilarious. He's so good. Because he's just... It's like he's serious, but taking the piss out of himself as well. And I feel like the way he would, oh, hello there, how are you? I feel like, yeah, it's the Scottish guy. Yeah, no, that guy fucking rocks. He's so good. Because he is, to me, he's simultaneously very serious about whiskey and wants everyone to enjoy whiskey, and he's taking the piss out of himself at the same time. This one's maybe a bit deeper, darker, and richer. Yes, he splashed it around his mouth. The guy is very funny. Yes, Justin, Trump is hilarious because he's a test case. He keeps saying all these things about being able to run from prison and whatnot. Really, the only thing would be getting him removed from the ballot. That's basically the only thing that could stop him. I still think he's such a fucking nightmare. And honestly, Biden's been a noticeably better president than I thought he would be. I had an extremely low opinion of Biden, and he's been better than I thought he would. Mind you, my opinion was very low. But the same reason Biden won last time, I think he'll win again. There is a majority of the voting public in the US who go anyone but Trump. I mean, Rays, I would also be shocked, but the world keeps delivering shocks, is all I'm saying. I think enough people are repulsed by Trump. Okay, Kennedy's a piece of shit. Kennedy is garbage. He's a liar and a grifter. He's Trump without Trump's mass appeal. I haven't seen polls, Justin. Are you saying a poll of all voters is saying Trump will win? Chris was feeling a bit defeated by Trump. Go to Real Clear Politics. I'm actually interested in just what comes up if I just search Trump versus Biden polls. Ooh. 538. We'll get a couple of them. Gallup. Okay, couple different sites. Latest polls. CBS. Okay, well, okay, this is untrustworthy. This poll has Nikki Haley doing better, like much better, against Biden than Trump. Yeah, no, this one's just, these ones, they're just all over the place. What's this one? Gallup. Biden and Trump tied in favorability currently, but each is viewed less well than two last time they faced off. It's weird. They're saying like Robert F. Kennedy has the highest favorability rating, and he may destabilize the vote, but there's no way he's fucking winning. Also, the guy's a cunt. He's a fucking lying piece of shit. 270 to win. Also saying extremely close. The whole thing's a fucking crapshoot, quite honestly. Sorry, Megaleech, what's being said? I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Okay, you literally cannot believe anything Fox says. Oh, Nikki Haley, yeah. But she's going to get smashed by Trump in the primaries, so she's not going to be on the thing. Ooh, I love the wordplay. And also, Ray's, I agree with you. Guns are excellent fun to shoot. And Strictly Sage's response, so is heroin. I'm not doing that either. Nice. And yes, there is definitely that. If Haley got the nomination, the Never Trump thing would disappear. And I think Biden probably, I don't know. It's a mug's game. Trying to predict what would happen, an absolute mug's game. Do. Real Clear Politics polls. Monday, January 15th. What is this actually? That's just the fucking Republican thing. That's useless. Now, they don't have a simple thing that I can look at and get an answer. Republican nomination. National. Yes, okay, so Real Clear Politics is saying everyone favours Trump. But I don't know. It's literally. Oh no, that's GOP polling. God damn it. Yeah, it's like there's basically no doubt without some divine intervention Trump gets the Republican nomination. I just can't see anything. It's just all the Republican thing. I you know what? It's too difficult. It's just too difficult. Hey, Celtic King, how you doing? I really doubt Biden's ability to serve another 4 years. So I think what you're saying is a reasonably likely outcome, Rays. Is it humid outside? I don't know, Safa. I'm inside. Fuck going outside. It's too hot. But yes, it's the thing. It took the biggest turnout in history to defeat Trump, and it's because people are like anyone but Trump. Look, there were the rumors for years the Republicans were going to change the Constitution to allow Schwarzenegger to run for the presidency, because same as he just walked into the California governorship, he would just walk a presidential race. No, Trump's not a candidate. Yeah. Look, dude, if the sorry. Okay, it's just such a dumb statement. No, the president's not even the leader of the Republican Party. It's not how it works. It's just like, God, I don't have the time or the crayons to explain it in a way you'd understand. Haley versus Harris. That would actually be genuinely interesting. Yeah, I mean, haven't they been a roller coaster? It's like, oof. Clinton let down by her own arrogance and also rampant sexism, but I was not a fan of Clinton as a candidate. And there was just definitely this vibe that she felt it was a foregone conclusion and she deserved it. Ah, yeah, but that was a steaming pile of bullshit too. There was a bunch of very weird media and FBI fuckery around Clinton. Um, I mean, definitely, I was orders of magnitude Clinton over Trump, but there was arrogance was really noticeable. Honestly, Justin, excellent question. I think, let's say for argument's sake, Biden wins this election, and then the next election is Nikki Haley versus Kamala Harris. I reckon RFK reappears and actually gets a lot of votes as a third party candidate. Epstein's list. Oh my God. That's so funny because that's a mix of just people who flew on his plane and sex offenders. And it's actually not all that difficult to sort it. Ray's being tough there. Meltdown for a week and then go back to their special needs score. Yeah. Although they never really forgave him. Good old Obama. It's They were so fucking angry about that. Even though he ended up being like super centrist, not even a little bit radical. Actually, that sounds like fun, Safa. An Aussie guy in the US trying junk food. 3 a.m. his time. That's a real worry if he's up eating junk food at 3 a.m. I did that, man, in the US. I would like, at virtually every convenience store, I'd get one weird drink I'd never seen and one weird snack food I'd never seen. Because there was so much. And oh my God, the shit in the supermarkets in the US. And yes, Ray's 4chan would shit themselves if there were two women candidates. Yeah, see, Tom, if you want me to mock you, I will, and I will mock you mercilessly. If you were to ask me, is Trump going to win the nomination? My answer would be almost inevitably. But caps lock doesn't change the fact he's already won the nomination is factually incorrect, and you sound like a stupid cunt. I'm just trying to be helpful. Be less of a cunt. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. By comparison, the Obama presidency was very uneventful, as opposed to just the absolute just outrageousness that was every day. And that is also a good call, Rays. Again, stupid fucking cunt who is going to be ignored very soon. DeSantis is a vile garbage person. And again, like I said, if you were to ask me, do I think Trump's going to win the Republican nomination? My answer would be almost inevitably. So you don't have to say stupid brain dead cunt statements that makes everyone think, wow, there's a stupid brain dead cunt. If you say it's extremely long odds that anyone can challenge Trump for the Republican nomination, that would be a factual statement. So you could just make a factual statement rather than something that's the equivalent of having a neon sign above your head saying what a stupid cunt you are. Just throwing it out there. Well, I mean, Justin, for certain values of good, not a particular fan of the Obama presidency, and I could run off a long list. Wait, I was just looking for something. Where did it go? I had a little bottle here. Here it is. I have a little bottle. Last of my I mean, Rays, I can go for it, man. If you just want to, say something stupid, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you're a Trump supporter, I'm probably going to mock you, but you can just say it's virtually impossible that the Republican nominee would be anyone but Trump, and it's like that's very difficult to argue with. But if you say really dumb statements that just make you sound like a maggot-brained, mouth-breathing dog fucker, I'm going to point out you actually come across as a maggot-brained dog fucker. Oh, did he, strictly say, did he formally drop out? That was really funny. He spent all the time saying it's going to be close, and then he just got pasted. I mean, he needed to drop out. Yeah. Yeah, Trump fairly conclusively won. Again, I think he got more than 50% of the vote. And with so many competitors, to actually get more than 50% of the vote is pretty comprehensive. Try and name one Australian High Court judge. Oh, ask why you can't. Because the Australian High Court is not. Well, basically, constitutionally, Australia works differently to the US, and the High Court tends to decide far less radical cases. I mean, Trump claiming to be Scottish, like he wanted the golf course in Scotland, he might have stopped doing that when all the Scottish people used the really colourful Scottish vernacular to tell him what they thought of him. Gotta love the Scots. My people, my heritage. I know. I mean, I know why he'd say he's Scottish because he's a fucking idiot. I mean, what was his dad's name? Drumpf. It's like a European. Seems like a Central European name. I'm not sure. I don't care enough to have looked into it exactly. Oh wait, no. What his mum? His mum might have been Scottish. Hey, Tom Carl, has anyone ever told you you're really fucking boring? Or is it just, when you try and talk to people in public, they just angle away from you so their back's facing you? Because they're too polite to tell you what a fucking boring cunt you are. Okay, so Drumpf is German. Okay. That makes sense. But yeah, now I had some vague memory of his mum coming from the UK, possibly Scotland. Donald Trump's mother. Where was she from? Yeah, she was Scottish. That's why he said he was Scottish, because his mum actually was. Okay. Yeah, I know. It is just a real gutless wonder. Yeah. And it's kind of like I think I could, because it's obvious who it is, and I think they're gonna wind me up, and it's like, dude, I just don't care. I mean, I get some passing amusement out of just pointing out what a fucking worthless cunt you are. That is a weird and interesting bit of trivia, Justin. His grandfather was one of the first victims of the flu pandemic. Wow. That is a very odd bit of trivia that I'd never heard before. But that's you definitely got my attention with that one. There you go. Okay, and I swear to God, while we're just talking about Trump's mother, this image fucking haunts my dreams, and you'd swear it's bullshit and Photoshop or scam or whatever, but this is legit for real. His mum. Where are we? On the left, that is genuinely Trump's mother. No one photoshopped Trump's face onto an old woman. That is genuinely an unretouched picture of his mother. And she even had the hair. Like, that's why he has that stupid fucking hair that he has. That absolutely does my head in, that picture. That's just wild. Rays, you don't hate Trump. You don't support. Oh, that's, again, dude, look, your call, man. That's the thing. Is there still a QAnon? Okay. The literal start of the QAnon things was posts on various message boards, obviously completely fake, but the Q is like a Q level clearance. It's beyond top secret clearance. An anonymous person posting as Q. I haven't been following it, but if you were to ask me my gut feel, I don't think there have been Q postings for ages. Sorry, Raisy's saying that's difficult to wank to, but you still put in the effort. Now I just want to do the thing. Is Q still posting? I'll see what Wikipedia says about QAnon. Pizzagate influence. Q's posts, thousands of posts. I mean, it was almost definitely. It's impossible to be definitely sure, but it had been almost definitely proven. The original Q posts were done by, they were faked. They were all fake by some right-wing South African. But then this dude who was running anonymous message boards, was basically running child porn out of the Philippines, sort of stole the credentials and was posting to Q. So here's the thing. On June 24th, 2022, Q, or someone who possessed the details, posts on 8kun after an 18-month hiatus. So that seems like it. That seems to be suggesting June 2022 was the last Q post, and that was after an 18-month hiatus. So, yes. There we go. Okay, this cunt's just boring. I'm sick of that boring cunt. He's gone. Oh yeah, whatever happened to him? George Christensen in Queensland, yeah. Again, the quality of any Trump tower or casino bears no relationship to Trump, honestly. Wikipedia says Q started in 2017. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, it's been pretty conclusively shown who the various people who are posting as Q are. You can never be sure. You can never prove it beyond any doubt. But it ended up being controlled by someone who was basically running child porn out of the Philippines. So yay for that. But yeah, so Q stopped posting is my take from that post, which is interesting. And I don't even know that people even bother to talk about QAnon anymore. They just attach themselves to Trump. Who knows? Who knows? It's weird how cyclical and repetitive these conspiracies are, because there's always the other, and unfortunately Jewish people have been on the receiving end of it for probably a millennia, maybe longer. My knowledge of history is not that good, but just conspiracies about Jewish people sacrificing babies and whatnot, and you've essentially still got people pushing it now. Well, the division in America, I would actually agree with you, Rays, that the division in America is actually quite scary. But you're saying whoever wins, but Trump has increasingly built his whole persona around worsening the division. I mean, like I said, I'm not a Biden fan, but I don't believe Biden advocates for the punishment and torture of his political opponents. Well, yeah, I hope the same thing happens, that there's a sufficient number of people who are anyone but Trump. Well, I do think Trump's going to sweep the nomination. I mean, who knows? Like, every time I come up with these predictions, I do throw in, predicting this shit is a mug's game, and you're more likely to be wrong than not. Justin, I did see those things you posted on Discord. I'm not sharing them for two reasons. I'm worried about being content matched, and I also, after several artist friends explained quite clearly their concerns with the evil of these tech companies that are pushing the AI thing. I don't like to promote AI generated image or video anymore, just because it's built on theft. And the companies pushing AI generally are just not to be trusted con artists. You think he will win, and then you're going to be on YouTube checking what dumb thing he did every day. You ask Copilot about relationships between MGT and Bobit distancing themselves. Look, who friggin' knows? I mean, honestly, there's just, you've got to the stage where with the Republican Party, people who are more or less regarded as the mainstream are saying unhinged shit that would have been regarded as the absolute fringe 10 years ago. Well, see, that was the thing. The Republican establishment hated Bernie Sanders, and because he wasn't part of the establishment and they couldn't control him. So what did they do? They made every nominee except Biden drop out. So it was a straight one-on-one competition. Whereas the Republicans, who hated Trump because he was outside the establishment and whatnot, but they didn't do that. They kept all their nominees in who slowly dropped off one by one, and Trump kept picking up popularity as the other Republicans dropped off one by one. Oh God, the Republicans were fucking terrified by Bernie Sanders. They thought he was a full-on communist. The Democrats didn't like him. But what I mean is, the rank and file Democratic voters. If I believe, like, Sanders had such a momentum going, if all of the other nominees had stayed in the race, Sanders would have got the nomination. And I believe the Democratic establishment came to that conclusion as well. So they dragged the also-rans into a back room and said, you're dropping out now, and we're putting all our weight behind Biden. And Elizabeth Warren's going, I don't want to drop out to Super Tuesday. And they go, you stay in, because all you're going to do is take a few votes away from Sanders. And I think there's a very high chance, if the Republican establishment had done the same thing, if they'd gone, oh, Trump's dangerous, we need everyone except our front runner to drop out, and then we just put all our weight again behind the person who isn't Trump. They could have changed the circumstance, but they didn't, and they got Trump. Whereas the Democratic Party were extremely ruthless and put all their weight against Sanders and got rid of him. Because what Sanders had done in the first couple of caucuses was absolutely unprecedented. Nobody had gathered the level of success that Sanders had from the first couple of caucuses. And the establishment panicked. And their tactic ended up working. But yeah, if the entire Democrat field had stayed in, I think Sanders would have got the nomination. But the establishment saw what was happening and they didn't go for it. How long do I give it before One Nation had dropped out of Parliament altogether? Oh, yeah. Same as the original incarnation of One Nation back in however fuck long ago that was, when Pauline Hanson first rose up. They looked like they were going to, have some influence, but then they faded. And I think you're absolutely right. They're just going bye-byes. Honestly, I'm a bit of a fan of AOC, quite honestly. But she does also upset the Democratic establishment, so who knows? But who absolutely knows what the future will bring? Not I. And to be fair, not anyone. Okay. I was going to have some more. I've got a little bit of soda water here. I'm going to have some soda water. Soda water before bedtime. Ugh. I have a few meetings tomorrow. But I will be working from home. I've done my 2 days in the office. And am I going to be working from home? Oh, I didn't even have a cherry tonight. What's wrong with me? Oh, well, fuck it. I think it's too late now. I didn't have a cherry all night. Oh, what is wrong with me? You reckon 2027? Yeah, but oh, there you go. She's getting old. Who the fuck knows? Yeah. Some weirdos who latched onto the whole anti-vax thing. I think you're probably on the money there, Rays. But yeah, this like fringe far right thing. You've sort of seen peaks and troughs. It's like, oh, I'm angry at everyone, and then they're in the public eye for a few years, and it's like, well, they pretty much kind of suck, and then they go away, and then they come back. People are fickle. So there probably will be someone else in the future? Oh, the teals. Oh, yes, the tree conservatives. Yeah, yeah. Well, okay, I could be wrong, but are they? They're not an official party at the moment. They're independents who align to each other, but they could well be. Uh, but again, they're so unlike the One Nation thing. They're the soft conservatives. Yes, we're going to have a documentary, the inspiration for which was sunstroke and sleep deprivation, which I think we have to work into the doco somehow. But I got Greg and Heine on board to help me, so. Oh yeah, no, I think they currently have a lot of influence, and they are a very significant threat to the Liberal Party. But the thing is, you need to remember that Teals are Liberal Party people. Actually, the Democrats were to start with. The Democrats were started by a Liberal Party guy who had the shits with what the Liberal Party was doing, and you know they were significant for a while, and then they weren't. If I were a gambling man, I would say the most likely thing is at some point the Liberal Party realizes this shift to the far right is a losing proposition. You've got the old guard, your Abbotts, your Duttons, and a few others who just want to go harder and harder to the right, which is just electoral poison. And I think those freaks will eventually lose their sway. And I think the Teals might get reabsorbed into the Liberal Party, and the Liberal Party drop most of the hard right shit. Right, you're going to storyboard the first two scenes in your head. Yes! Dude, you're a creative guy. Get some stuff happening. But we'll see. Alright, so this, I think I'll have a month or so to think about and plan this doco idea. And then have enough stuff on the channel that I can spend a couple of months on the doco. So I got an itch on my foot and I can't stop scratching it because it feels good, but I'm going to break the skin and really regret it. What is with itches, honestly? Justify the Teals are a big threat. Yeah, no, they are. The Teals are literally traditional Liberal Party voters. It's just that there was a power grab from the hard right in the last 20 years, and there was a period like under Howard they did quite well, but it's just like nah. Yes, yeah. Don't boycott Woolies because of they're not selling Australia Day stuff. Boycott them because of them being part of a cartel that does price gouging and fucks over primary producers. But if the primary producers organised and had a union and had some solidarity, the supermarkets couldn't fuck them over. But that's communism, and they don't want to do that. I think, trying to remember, federal and state are different. Oh yeah, Morrison was definitely hard right. But he was also less focused than, say, Abbott and Dutton. He's less of an ideological animal than Dutton and Abbott, and more just a piece of shit. Yes, that was my whole thing tonight, Richard. I had 3 weeks off, and then I went straight into 2 days in the office. Yeah, Morrison had the whole religion thing, evangelical fucked up. And Dutton is just like fucking borderline Nazi hard right. And again, he's a soulless ideologue. Would do anything for power. It's funny that he doesn't realize that he is full on electoral poison. I hope, which is going to come out in the next federal election. It would help if Labour under Albanese weren't so fucking wussy. Ugh, I hate this whole not stand for anything and then we won't upset anyone mentality. It's just like, no, give people something to believe in, for fuck's sake. Ugh. Am I a hopeless optimist? A hopeless romantic? Maybe. Nazis did always put on a show, and Hugo Boss, and when we're going back to the World War II Nazis, Hugo Boss gave them nice uniforms. You know, Nazis understood presentation. Ugh. I don't think I'm really going to surprise you if I say I think Australia should be a republic. The idea of us having a foreign head of state. Oh, okay. You're asking which do I think is more important, 4-year term or republic? I think a republic is a more important question. I think the shift to 4-year federal government terms will probably happen first. Oh, did we? Oh, yeah. Okay, I haven't seen a King Charles coin. Mind you, much to the horror of right-wingers, I've barely used cash in the last 4 years. I, for reals, like, pre-COVID, I used to go to an ATM like twice a week. And, you know, pay for a lot of things in cash. Once lockdowns got really serious, I would not have gone to... I wouldn't have gone to an ATM 4 times in a year, which is pretty wild. Like, I maybe only went twice a year. I maybe went from going to an ATM twice a week to going to an ATM twice a year. I just, like, barely ever use cash for anything anymore. And it's so funny, the whole, no, a cashless society is bad, with the weird paranoid conspiracy freak right wingers. That's like a stopped clock thing, being right twice a day. An enforced cashless society is a bad thing. It is an actively bad thing. If circumstances are such that it benefits you to minimize your use of cash, well and good. But the idea of an enforced and mandated cashless society is an actively bad thing. I think the mint is not produced, as of, you know, when she popped her clogs, there was no more new Lizzie coins. And so we'll slowly start seeing chuckles on our coins. If there was a Trump-like person becoming... Well, that's very interesting, because the monarchy, and certainly in the last century or two, has been very big on don't be such a big thing in the public eye that they spend a lot of time focusing on us. Yeah, and that is one reason to prefer cash over cards. It can be deceptively easy to use cards, whereas if you were tracking your cash, you may be more controlled in your spending. But it is like banks and other institutions being able to charge you to use non-cash transactions is some serious bullshit, in my opinion. There are a whole spectrum of reasons that an enforced cashless society would be a bad thing. It's And in fact, in a lot of cases, it is actually the specific thing the weirdo conspiracy freaks say. It's like government surveillance, banks screwing you over and taking extra money from every transaction. These are all actually true. So it's kind of funny when the weird freak conspiracy people are right. But and I do think that a lot of people in a lot of governments around the world like the idea of a cashless society that would give the government much more control over everyone's activity. Absolutely. Yeah, people talking about how they're paranoid about government surveillance and using their smartphones and the internet and stuff, where it's like, yeah, dude, that's all just being tracked. Justin, I don't know exactly what you're saying there about the charges making them, like, what you mean in the sense of people who work for banks get paid. No, the big banks and the big financial institutions are fucking evil. They're fucking despicable. And the idea that we'd be completely dependent on them for transactions and then getting to charge a premium on every single transaction that happens, that's unacceptable. They're absolutely despicable entities. Yes, also, yeah, you're right. Using Facebook to complain about the government tracking you is pretty funny. Well, Safra, in terms of priority, I would definitely agree. But okay, so that is also another thing. The idea of a cashless society does actually hinge on people having equal access to technology, which simply isn't true, and also is dependent on the idea of the technology not failing, which simply isn't the case. Yes, Justin, that's exactly what I'm saying. And if you choose to use a card, knowing there's a percentage going to the bank, that's one thing. But if a system was enforced on you where you had no alternative but to use these cards and the banks take a part of the transaction every time, that's evil on a number of levels. You had a V-Spy group suggested on Facebook. That would probably be Facebook tracking your activity across sites and seeing you set up Spotify playlists and going, because do not underestimate the degree to which Facebook tracks your activity across other websites. It's actually really difficult to stop Facebook tracking you across other websites. So, yeah, you got recommended a V-Spy group because it's all you setting up Spotify playlists. Ray's moving to America. Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, you don't want to get caught by Border Force. And what do they call them? Border Force is Australian. It's ICE, isn't it? Immigration control in the US. I was strictly say that was under the Hawke government, they talked about the Australia card, and everyone freaked out. But then they introduced tax file numbers, which is still a tracking thing. Well, Justin, I'm not very worried about the Chinese government tracking me. I am particularly worried about the Chinese government tracking Chinese citizens, and the sort of punitive action they could launch very quickly against Chinese citizens. I mean, what are they going to do to me? They're just going to fucking market cheap shit to me, and maybe send propaganda to me as well. Everyone sends propaganda to me. I'm just used to that. Yeah, that's a fair point, Strictly Sega. RFK Jr. would definitely destroy any sort of subsidized health system in the US. Be very bad. Yeah, my main problem with him is he's a liar and a grifter. He's ugh. And yes, he says some. I would agree with you that he says some stuff, and I go, that's a good thing to say. But he's a completely dishonest grifter. When you do security, oh yes, so much data. Yeah, with money and persistence, people can find out so much about you. All right, I don't know what ads you're talking about, but that's because I have YouTube Premium. Because I didn't want ads. And I like the idea that the hard-working YouTube people get at least a few pennies when I watch them, and I don't have to see ads. It's worth it for me. Plus, I use YouTube Music all the time now. Yeah, I fucking hate ads so much. Exactly. That's the thing with if you're using a service and you're not paying for it, and you're going, wow, why am I getting this free? It's because you're the product. You are, oh, Temu. Okay. Yeah, they advertise a lot. What's fun is there are certainly a couple of high-profile videos on YouTube talking about the scammy and untrustworthy nature of Temu. But it's just because they just paid a fortune to have their ads. You get it actually on, mobile games. Look, that's that background there. That is a bit of street art from a Melbourne laneway. That's been my background for quite a few years because I quite like it. That's a painting on a wall. But yeah, the free mobile games that run ads, Temu appears on them a lot. And yes, various tracking things know your screen resolution. They know what you do. They know what you click on. They know what you watch. Your data is being harvested, very much so. Another fun one, like Strictly Sega, you were talking about it getting V-Spy recommended to you. And it's because Facebook's tracking you outside of Facebook. But the other one, you know how people think, I never searched any of this, I just said it out loud, then I got an ad for it. That's been pretty comprehensively debunked. But one of the things that people don't realize is if someone in your house is looking at things or searching things, you are, unless you have various blockers in place, you are going to get ads based on what they look at, because the thing is going to go, oh, okay, these two phones are in proximity to one another, and this one is searching on that, so maybe this one should know that this one's searching on it. It's a whole thing. Stressful when you get to the Pornhub side of the internet. Well, I remember doing that on social media, like finding out one of the porn sites. I don't know, possibly they all do it now, but finding out one of the porn sites is going like, do you want to? And I think this actually goes back to the days of Google Plus. I don't know, but it's like, oh, do you want to, use this site with your Google account? And I posted a thing on Twitter like, yeah, the porn site saying, do I want to log in with my Google account? No, I don't need to broadcast to other people that I'm watching, midget orgy porn. But it is pretty funny when they say, oh, do you want to, like, share this on your social media? And it's like, do I want to share my shameful porn habits on social media? I mean, maybe, but, maybe not as well. But as yeah, they got a pretty high opinion of themselves, is all I'm going to say. That we want everyone to know what we're whacking off to. Nothing beats the old TV sex line. Oh yeah. Oh my God, that's a like 80s, 90s thing. Okay, I'm about to go to bed, but that reminded me of one thing. I have these anthology comics. Oh God, they must be from like about 20 years ago now. Really good illustrator. I really like his work. His name's Evan Dorkin. Um, I'm going to look up what he's doing now, but he released these little indie anthology comics, and they were just called Dork because big surprise when your surname is Dorkin, everyone just calls you Dork. Is he on Twitter? Does he use Twitter? No, he hasn't used Twitter since. Oh no, there he goes. No, he didn't really use Twitter. Okay. But what does Wikipedia say about him? Television. Oh God, that's right. He worked on Space Ghost. And he worked on Ben 10. Yes. He worked on comic stuff heaps. This is kind of suggesting he hasn't published anything since 2014. Anyway, I really liked his comics, and one of them was like this confessional thing about his teenage years, and it was like when he got out he got dumped by his girlfriend, and he was really depressed and got really drunk, and he called one of those sex line numbers, which was just a pre-recorded thing that was terrible, but he was so drunk he managed to dial it, and and it was like, $5 a minute or something, and he called it, and he was so drunk he fell asleep and didn't hang up the phone, and so it was connected to this thing for 12 hours, and he was living with his parents at this time, and so they get the phone bill that has this charge for thousands of dollars for this sex line, and they contested it, and he basically had to come clean and say, yeah, it was the night my girlfriend broke up with me and I got drunk and called a thing, but I must have passed out, and they contested the charge that was like, for 12 hours of this thing, and they won. His dad won because in the court it played a sample of this thing that was just this boring pre-recorded shit, and he played it, and his dad said to the judge, come on, no one connects to that for 12 hours. This was an error. And the judge, listened to 30 seconds of this and went, yep, no one connects to this for 12 hours. It's bullshit. case closed. And he actually related that because a lot of these comics were like confessional style things. Yeah, and he related that story, and it's like, damn. So, alrighty. I am going to go to bed because at least I'm working from home tomorrow, but I still don't want to be completely wasted because I have a few meetings tomorrow that I feel like I'm going to have to be kind of alert on. So, going to go sleepy bobos, but probably going to be back on Thursday. Lots of laughs and whatnot on Thursday maybe. And I'll be making a few more videos for the cocktail channel because now Ray's has got me hyped up to get ahead so I can do a thing. Oh, that's nice little side. Hi Adam on Twitch. Most people are watching on YouTube. I don't know how long you've been there. If you're wondering who the fuck I was talking to, most people are watching on YouTube. Safa, probably continuing season 2 of The Gilded Age on Prime, about rich bastards in the early 20th century. It's a pretty engaging series. We watched season 1, watched the first 4 episodes of season 2 on Monday, and we'll probably watch some more of it tomorrow. And if we want something lighter, we started watching the Australian comedy Fisk, which is fun and silly. Oh yes, but Reacher's only coming out 1 episode a week, and I'm all up to date with Reacher. Reacher's hilarious. That guy is fucking amazing. He's huge. We need to talk about him another night because there's videos on him on YouTube. He's talking about because he's bipolar and talking about the challenges of working in the industry while being bipolar. Oh my god, Last of Us. I probably want to rewatch Last of Us. That was fucking amazing. Oh yeah, Tim Allen did a series on the Santa Claus. Yes. All right, report back what you think of it, Rays. Anyway, all right. So, been saying for a couple of minutes now I'm going to bed, but I am going to go to bed now. So I'll see you all another time. But bye.